Hello everyone, welcome back to Money and Law with Nondumiso Njangase. For those of you who are new to the channel, please subscribe and also hit the notification bell so that you get notified when there is new content out. Please note that my videos don't constitute as financial advice or legal advice for that matter. If you do require financial advice, please consult with a person who's registered with the Financial Sector Conduct Authority. And if you do require legal advice, please consult with an attorney. So I said in the previous video that I did that I was going to be doing a giveaway for the month of April, because the month of April is the month when I started the channel in 2021, and I decided let us celebrate that 1 year by having a little competition. So I am giving away Think Yourself Rich by Mokoka Modiba, which is quite a great book. It gives you a step-by-step guide on how to sort of sort your finances out. So from retirement to medical aid to debt, everything, right? So I think it's quite a comprehensive guide, and it's a short book, which is actually quite good, but it's a short book that is quite good and comprehensive. So I hope you do stay on so that you know what to do in order for you to be eligible to join the competition. Unfortunately, I didn't do it in April. Life happened, so I will be giving it away on the second video. So just do the things and ensure that you listen in the second video to know if you're the lucky winner or not. So today we are talking the differences between a pension fund and a provident fund. I thought it is quite important to actually take you through it, because I mean the law constantly changes and people are confused as to what their position is really. So I thought let us just do a short video and explain the differences. But before we get to the differences, let's just look at similarities a bit. So a provident fund and a pension fund are both governed by the Pension Funds Act. So there is no Provident Fund Act, but there's a Pension Fund Act. So on the Act, they use pension fund as an umbrella term to cover both pension and provident fund, right? Another similarity between the two is that you only can join a pension fund or a provident fund if you have an employer involved. So the employer is the one that is responsible for deducting from your salary and paying it to a provident fund or a pension fund. So you can't do it on your own as you would in a retirement annuity fund. Remember, I did a video where I explained that you can actually save for retirement without your employer, and that is actually a retirement annuity fund, which is different from these two funds that we are discussing today. Another similarity is that you get a tax deduction on both funds. So if you belong to a pension or a provident fund, you do get a tax deduction that reduces your tax liability. The crucial date when we talk about pension funds and provident funds, so the important date is the 1st of March 2021. So a pension fund and a provident fund as it currently stands, so right now as I'm talking to you, it's the same thing in terms of the law. So the rules that apply to a pension fund and a provident fund apply the same now, but before 1 March 2021 it was different. So let us talk about those differences. So a pension fund hasn't changed, but now a provident fund has now changed to be similar to a pension fund. So a pension fund is and has always been the case, Yoguti, if you do now reach retirement age. So if you're now 65 or 60 or whatever age your rules say you can now retire, you are allowed to take 1/3 of your amount as cash, and the 2/3 you have to use it to purchase a pension. So an annuity that is going to provide for you until you pass away or until the money depletes, right? So that's your pension fund. So before 1 March and after 1 March, it still remains the same, 1/3 to dead. On retirement, but on resignation or dismissal, you can take your money as cash, right? So that's pension fund. Then provident fund. Before 1 March 2021, with a provident fund, you could take your whole amount as cash when you retired. So I'm Nondumiso, I've reached 65, and my rules of my pension fund say I can now retire at 65, and I have R1 million. I could take the whole R1 million and then use it as cash, right? Take it as cash lump sum, do whatever I want with it. But now, from the 1st of, but obviously it's subject to tax, right? That amount that you take as cash. But now, after the 1st of March, the law says, no. Now you have to behave like pension funds. You can't take your whole million as cash. So what they've done now is differentiate between two groups of people. So if you were under 55 at on the 1st of March 2021, you are treated differently, and if you were 55 and over, you are treated differently as well, right? So they say, okay, with the people who were under 55 on in a Provident fund. So so I've been contributing to a Provident fund and I'm under 55. So maybe let's say from 2014 when I joined the fund, I now have 100,000. Right? And obviously I have a hope because I'm in a Provident fund. When I retire, I can take that amount as cash. So government was like, okay, fine. We understand that you already had that hope that you can take, your full amount as cash. So we're going to say the amount that you accumulated from 2014 when you started in your fund until the 1st of March 2021, you can take that amount as cash. So it will apply as a Provident fund before to say you can take your amount as cash. But after the 1st of March 2021, everything that you accumulate, so after that date, saying 200,000 in a Provident fund, that 200,000 together with the growth is going to be subject to the 1/3, 2/3 when I now retire. So when I'm 55. So as an under 55, when I reach 65, so when I retire at 55, I'll be allowed to take the money, the amount as cash that I accumulated before the 1st of March. But then after the 1st of March, there's going to be a 1/3, 2/3 split, where the 1/3 I can take as cash, 2/3 I have to actually take it and use it to purchase an annuity that's going to provide for me. So can you tell the difference? And then with the people who are over 55, or people who were 55 and over, they said, okay, we get it. You guys had that hope. You now have that million that you have accumulated and you want to take it as cash. Business, right? They're like, okay, we're going to let you be, provided you stay in the same fund. So the amount you accumulated before the 1st of March, you can take it as cash. And then the amount that you accumulate after the 1st of March, if you're over 55 as well, you can also take it as cash, right? Provided you stay in the same fund. So if you leave the fund, then it means we're going to apply the 1/3, 2/3 split again. So what applies though on both funds, both a pension and a Provident fund, is that if you do leave employment before, so if you retire, if you resign rather, or if you get dismissed, then you can take the amount as cash, so before retirement age, right? So with both funds, if your amount is less than 247,500 rands, then you are able to take that amount as cash when you retire, right? So in a pension fund, if you have 247,000 rands 500, you can take it as cash even when you've reached your retirement age. And with a Provident fund, if the non-vested right, if the amount that you accumulated after the 1st of March 2021 and you're less than 55, if the amount is less than that amount that I just mentioned, then you can actually take it as a cash lump sum as well. So they don't want you to use a small amount to purchase an annuity. So yeah, those are the differences which I thought were quite important to highlight. So, I mean, some employers have both a pension and a Provident fund. Some have a Provident or a pension fund. So either way, but it's important for you to understand the differences. And then when going forward now, remember I did a video about the 2-pot system where you'll be allowed to access 1/3 of your future contributions. So it's going to change again. And I'm going to do another video to explain it to you again, because there's going to be differences again. So yeah, we'll get into it in another video. So now getting into the competition, please make sure that number one, you are a subscriber of the channel, and then you can tag Unondumi Sonchangase. I'll give you the my Instagram handle, excuse me, and also my Facebook page, so that you know who to tag. But then you have to tag me and tag 3 friends, right? And then like the video and comment, right, to say what you learned from the video. So it is simple enough, right? You make sure that you're a subscriber, you like the video, you comment to say what you learned from the video or ask a question, so engage with me. And then also make sure that you tag 3 friends, whether on Instagram, and tag me as well. So I'll be the 4th person you tag, whether on Instagram or on TikTok or on Facebook. As long as you tag me so I can see it, then I will enter you into the lucky draw, and then I'm going to give give the books away on the next video that I'm going to do next week. So yeah, it's very simple, and I hope you did enjoy the video and you learned something. Please post questions if you have any, and then I will make sure that I answer them. So yeah, and have a good day.